business leaders and surgeons and barristers. I see women who are going to win elections and science competitions and arts awards.
Do not be afraid to fail.
We can
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
We are back for season 5, but before we really kind of dive into season 5, we want to take a look back at season 4
Yes.
and some of the highlights. Like, we truly had an awesome season 4,
Awesome.
and there were so many great things that came out of season 4 that we wanted to really do the recap a little different, to hear from the audience, to hear from those that have been rocking with us, to hear from the community and get their insight. So this recap of season 4 is actually, I guess, homage to season 4 and the good that came out of it. So we first want to just give kudos and thank yous to everyone that submitted a video, and we appreciate you guys and hope you enjoy what we put out.
Yes.
Good afternoon, Tiffany. I'm getting my day started, but I wanted to touch base with you in the review of season number 4 and the episode that I resonated with the most. I really liked how you guys kicked off season 4 with the first episode that was titled Preserving the Hustle. I resonated with that in a lot of ways because it showed how a family discussion, or a discussion in general, showed each person's individuality when it comes to what hustle meant to them, but also it had a professionalism concept to how to be either great or how to create a message, or how to create your vision in everything that you do. And I believe those discussions are dinner table discussions, and they're the secret sauce for putting things on the table, which allows people to brainstorm, and it kind of prepares your mindset to walk in your everyday life to figure out how to put your thoughts and the pieces together that you believe that will make you successful in everything that you do. So I would like to expand on that in season 5 and bring up that word hustle again, but I would like to branch it to hustle / professionalism, hustle / culture, hustle / as it relates to family and business. So those are reasons that that was my favorite episode of season 4. So I look forward to talking to you about season 5 and episodes that will be discussed. Thanks.
So I honestly not forgot, but kind of negated the preserving the hustle and how we started out. We tend to always have like a really goal oriented introduction or premiere of each season to be able to kind of set the tone, and I think that's something that we always generally talk about, like you and I, in regards to preserving our hustle and making sure that we are staying the course with our goals.
And maintaining that structured balance in between preserving your hustle and then your everyday life. So like you said, I don't think I forgot, but it was like Jerome put it on the forefront.
Yes.
And
the reminder.
And I loved it.
Yeah.
The episode would happen to be one of my favorite. I'm going to say all of them was my favorite. But speaking on preserving the hustle, you have to preserve the hustle in order for you to maintain or sustain your life going forward.
That's true. That's very true.
Everybody, Kathleen Vasquez here, avid listener, supporter of Tiff Talks. My favorite episode of season 4 is the one with Heather Cherie, titled Selfish Love. I really related to that topic and the discussion as it related to self-awareness, self-discovery, and really just being vulnerable with yourself. Heather pointed out that you can't be everything for everybody at every time. And that is something that I have slowly but surely learned to manage and tell myself, hey, you're not going to be everyone's cup of tea. And you need to put yourself first. And it's okay to do that in a selfish way. I am really excited for Tiff Talks to go into season 5, and I can't wait to hear about all the topics that Tiffany has and the rest of her crew has in store, and I'm looking forward to it.
One of our kind of signature talk times that we have every year is with Heather Cherie. And that is the month of February, and really kind of talking about and zoning in on self-care and what self-care means, and
what it truly looks like.
Yes, what it truly looks like. And I was gonna say, like, trumping some of those myths. Like, so many people think self-care is spa days and brunches and things like that. Not in actuality. Self-care is
so
hard.
much more.
Yes.
It's hard, but it's easy at the same time. It's hard because we don't know how to do it, but it's easy once you learn. And I can be a spokesperson for that, because self-care for me, I didn't know how to do it. So I was like, I don't have the time for this. But, self-care can be waking up and brushing your teeth. Like, I was talking to Tiffany this week, and when she called, I was in the restroom. It was early morning. So I'm brushing my teeth, but she said, and I said, I normally talk to myself, but I'm talking to you. But that's just like time. I literally be brushing my teeth like, girl, you are it. You are worthy. Quoting affirmations and things of that nature. But that's a form of self-care. Because it's just me, myself, and I. So that's my time with myself. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, we have those moments when we call each other in the morning. It be self-care, though.
I have to, like, literally be like, okay, I'm going to call you back.
And disconnect the call.
But I think when it comes down to self-care, for me, my journey with self-care has definitely been an evolution. Like, I have gone through periods where I've been awesome with prioritizing and targeting my self-care, and then moments where I haven't done as well as I could have or as well as I should have. And I think every time we have Heather Cherie on the show to talk about understanding what it means to be selfish with yourself and making sure that that is a level of vulnerability that one can be comfortable with, is, like you said, a good reminder. And she just brings, like, the gems every time. So that is why she is definitely, like, a standard every season. Every February we make sure that we have her on, because as you evolve with self-care, so does the discussion and the conversation. So I love that.
I think when you said two things that I got from you. So that self-care is a journey. So it is a journey. It's always evolving. It gets better with time. And then the fact that you said, like, toward the end, being selfless. So being selfish with yourself, but understanding what that truly means. Not saying that you would negate anyone else, but in order to maintain those type of relationships, you have to focus on self just a little bit more. That TLC with yourself is very, very important.
And I appreciate Kathleen for being able to bring that awareness to that, about being self-aware, being vulnerable with oneself. That's a heavy hitter topic here on this platform as well. So thank you for that, Kathleen.
Yes, thank you.
Hi, I'm Jessica with Audacious Her Studio, and I am coming to you to let you know what was the best episode that I enjoyed with Tiff Talks, and it was the relationship. The panelist was awesome. They gave some good insight, and I'm really looking forward to more episodes that deal with relationships.
We had a lot of episodes during season 4 that called for panelists, and we even kicked off season 5 with panelists. And our very first relationship panel was like an awesome hit. Like, we got so much kudos for that, and I know that is something that we look forward to bringing back.
I agree. So just to piggyback on the relationships, I'll start there. For that episode, it not only focused on just marriage relationships, it was also for us single people. And I think that a lot of stuff Like when you're trying to go out and get these ideas or try to focus on your self-relationship, you always think of marriage. Ultimately, that's the goal.
Yeah.
But I like the fact that we focused more, not necessarily more, but we did a collaboration of both singles and married couples. So we had a different aspect or outlook on every type of relationship. And when I tell you, they were so down to earth, y'all.
Yeah.
Just the conversations we had prior to even airing the show.
Yeah.
Like, I think that'd be my favorite part of our episodes. When people come into the lives or everything and we talking prior to the episodes, it's like...
The pregame.
The pregame. Just be so strong, you know?
Yeah.
So I really love that.
Hello. One of my favorite episodes this past season of Tiff Talks was the Minority Mental Health Symposium. I attended via Zoom this year, and it was awesome for me. It really was very impactful. The panelists were awesome. They gave me a different way of thinking of mental health and how to actually protect my mental health, ways that I really didn't think of, but was in sight, but didn't think of it in that way. So, and I'm able to apply them today, and I have been. So I only look for in the upcoming seasons for more. They've presented the symposium before in other community events, and each time they do something, it gets better. So I'm just looking for an add-on to what's already been done. Thank you for what you're doing in the community.
Good evening. This is Nicholas Affer, and I'm here to speak on Season 4 on Tiff Talks. My unique episode on Tiff Talks, Season 4, was when I was actually invited to be there live in person at one of your guest speakers' venue, and I honestly can say that experience was a life-changing experience for me. I've been on a couple of your episodes before, but getting to experience this episode live in person was really unique for me in so many ways. You know, you had 5 young, unique entrepreneurs that you had as your guest speakers, you know, there to basically interact with you. You know, it wasn't scripted, it was hardly felt, it was genuine, it was real. And that seeing them where they at in their life right now, just never imagined the struggles that they had to go through in their life, you know, and seeing them grow up from different aspects, you know, different walks of life, growing up in different environments, and that really helped me because it showed how vulnerable they was, and you know, it showed me that what I'm going through right now is something that I can relate to, because I didn't feel embarrassed or ashamed that, you know, and it's okay to be vulnerable at times. It's okay to show vulnerability and how to show vulnerability and when and how to do it, and realize that you can open up to certain people and people are not going to hurt you or make you feel bad. So that was my realest episode ever of season.
Hello, Tiff Talks family. This is Rodney with Domino Effect, also supporting friend of Tiff Talks. And I'm here to give my favorite episode of season 4. And I'm really not sure if it's considered an episode, but my favorite part of the season is always the Minority Mental Health Symposium. Maybe a couple seasons ago I was a part of it, but Tiff Talks and the whole crew over there, they always stress the importance of representation. And for me, I'm always impressed by the variety and the fields of experts they have come on there. Me personally, I always like the financial expertise that comes with it. But the information that Tiff Talks provides at these symposiums and in general, as far as inclusion and representation by minorities and people that look like us, is super important. And I wish you guys the best on the future, and I hope to be a part of it as well.
But as far as minority mental health, I mean, I think one of the our watchers, they stated that, being vulnerable, what it looks like, and being comfortable with being vulnerable.
Yeah.
Because it's not uncommon to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
It's just that men more so don't know how to show the vulnerability, or don't want to, because they wasn't raised to show vulnerability. But it's okay for men to be vulnerable. And then the fact that he also said that we don't know what someone has been through prior to, them at the show. The panel that we had was awesome.
Awesome.
From every person picked was awesome. Every aspect on that panel was awesome. And to hear their stories and how they came about and how everything tied into mental health, like balancing your mental health.
Yes.
That was really good.
That was good.
Kelly dropped that.
Yeah.
But being able to balance your mental health, being able to know what mental health really and truly should look like, and what it looks like to you, how to define mental health, number one.
Yeah.
But overall, I thought it was awesome. I'm gonna say awesome for all of them. They were awesome.
I would have to say, even with that, like, we generally always have good representation of men on our show, especially when it comes down to mental health. But the guys actually outnumber the women this time on the minority mental health. And that was good to see because they brought their perspective and saying, like Nick said, that it's okay to be vulnerable. And sometimes when we talk about male masculinity and vulnerability, is not always that they were taught or able to be vulnerable, but that they wasn't given the space to be vulnerable. And what we've done really, really good during this season, during this season of Tiff Talks, has been creating safe spaces. And that is something for me that I look forward to, being able to continue to create safe spaces where we can have these conversations. Because like Gerard said in the beginning, like, it's the sauce, being able to have these conversations in the manner in which we present it, as a round table, amongst family, amongst friends, at the happy hour. Those are things that conversation starters that keep the conversation going. And I just love to hear the feedback from men when they're part of these heavy hitter taboo topics. So thank you guys for sharing that. That was awesome. That was awesome.
Hello, Tiff Talks. My name is Tasha Clark, and I am joining you from Orlando, Florida. Thank you for opening the door on topics such as financial literacy, mental health, and also self-care. Season 4 was phenomenal. Thank you for dropping those gems. In Season 5, I would love an opportunity for us to talk a little bit more and expound upon family health as well. Our family, which includes our spouses and our children, are very important to our mental health. Thank you for everything. Keep dropping those gems and keep talking. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hey, it's us again. But we really want to thank you guys for really and truly just rocking with us. The numbers were so awesome for season 4. I can only look for bigger numbers for season 5, but we really appreciate you guys for being down with us. I mean, being open, and then spending your Sundays and spending your every Talk Tuesdays with us. I mean, just being those supporters that really keep us going and keep us grounded, because we do it, we talk about it every day amongst each other, but sharing the wealth of knowledge for me is awesome and has always been awesome. So this platform was meant for the community. It was meant for us all to come together. Let us share what we have, and then we love the fact that y'all feedback is awesome. I mean, sometimes we be like, okay. People just be talking, be like, topic that needs to be discussed. That's okay. And we literally and truly take everything that y'all say and we run with it. So we thank you guys so much.
And I would definitely have to echo that. I mean, with our transition from Facebook to specifically YouTube, we've continued to maintain consistent views and numbers. And we, of course, want you guys to subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you'll have all the most updated information. But those views matter to us, and it lets us know that we are on the right course and staying the course. So we appreciate you guys. Season 5 is going to be awesome. We're actually opening the season in discussion about transitioning from selfless to selfish and what that means. And it is going to be some taboos that we trump. There are going to be some uncomfortable moments, but I think we grow in uncomfortability, and what we have done a very good job here is tackling uncomfortability and initiating those conversations to keep the talk time going. So we encourage you guys to maintain, to be a part. We will be starting all new series actually of the transition from selfless to selfish on September the 11th. And it's going to be what you guys are anticipating. It's going to be more of us. It's going to be more panel discussions amongst the Talk leadership team. We're going to have more family oriented things that people can be a part of, not just in person, but virtual just as well. And of course, we continue with our Community Empower magazine and Gold Sisters just the same. Another big thing that I love about the second half of the year is our Visionary Weekend and Visionary Party, which will be the first weekend in December. And you will also be receiving the information about that in October so that we can plan and prepare and invite you to be a part early on. So there are definitely big things that are going with Tiff Talks. Like Kinshay said, and from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate you guys for rocking with us, for being a part, for sharing your time, your energy, your space, in our space, because that's something that you cannot get back. So we appreciate those things, and we look forward to you guys to continuing the conversation. And as always, we encourage you to keep talking. Have a good evening, everybody.
Bye.